This is Sport Today from St Andrews with me, Chris Mitchell. We're here for a golfing special coming up for you. Jordan Spieth is already the master and now he's hoping for a hat-trick. We ask why St Andrews is so special and doesn't it look tame from up here? And why you have to be the master of the sand if you're to win at St Andrews. Well, doesn't St Andrews look a picture this evening? Less than 24 hours to go now before the likes of Jordan Spieth and Tiger Woods tee off in the 144th Open. Interestingly, Jordan Spieth, who is no doubt the form golfer at the moment, flew in just about 24 hours ago. He's had a practice round here yesterday. He's been out on the course again today, and he is the bookmaker's favourite to do what Jack Nicklaus couldn't do in the 1970s, to do what Tiger Woods couldn't do in the 2000s, to win 3 in a row. The Masters, the US Open, and the Open. But he says, despite all the pressure on him, he is focused purely on one goal.
When I step on the tee Thursday, I don't look at this as trying to win 3 in a row. I look at this as trying to win the Open Championship at a very special place. That's the hardest thing for me. It's going to be forgetting about where you are, because being here at St Andrews and looking at the past champions and who wins Open Championships here, that's elite company, and that's something I'm just going to have to forget about more than the other 2 majors, I think.
Well, I was in that news conference where Jordan Spieth was talking earlier today, and I have to say, he looked a bit jet-lagged, but he's got the talent to win here. But he's been playing in conditions like these. It's absolutely gorgeous here at St Andrews. And I tell you what, the forecast is for it to blow and for it to rain, and he won't have experienced that. I can tell you somebody who has experienced it here at St Andrews just like that, though. He is the man who used to rule golf. He's now ranked 241 in the world. You know who he is. Don't write him off, he says.
I'm still young. I'm not 40 yet. I know some of you guys think I'm buried and done, but I'm still right here in front of you. So yeah, I love playing and love competing, and I love playing these events. I'm very excited. Very excited to be back here at the home of golf. I've always loved this golf course from the first time I played it back in '95. So it's just something special about it. It's nice to be out there on the course and see it and feel it again, and to be able to hit all the shots. You know, it's playing a little bit differently than that we've had in previous Opens, or the previous Opens that I've played in. It's a little bit softer, and I'm sure it's going to get even softer with the forecast for Friday. So it'll be playing a little bit differently this year. And
I have to say also that Tiger Woods looked a bit annoyed. He kept getting asked about his age and whether he was done in. And he clearly is not done in. Joined now by Iain Carter, our golf correspondent. Iain, thanks very much for coming and joining us on what is a splendid evening. I can't help thinking, Iain, that it's been so nice, no wind here for the last 3 days, all these practice rounds that the players have been doing, complete waste of time.
Well, not a complete waste of time, but I know exactly what you mean, Chris, because this course can change in the blink of an eye. A shift in the wind, a freshening of the wind will completely alter the course. All of a sudden, a par 4 like the 9th will be drivable, and a moment later it won't be, and maybe the 10th will be. That's the nature of links golf, and it's perhaps most prevalent at a place like the Old Course, and that's one of its big defences. And looking at the weather forecast, a lot of potentially very hostile weather, particularly on Friday. So the players will be looking at their draw, and they'll be wondering whether they've got the right end of the draw or the wrong end of it.
Jordan Spieth tees off about 9:30 on day 1. Does that mean he goes out later on day 2?
Exactly. So
into the teeth of a gale.
Potentially, yes. But of course, we know the weather can change very, very quickly. And I think the important thing from all the players' points of view is that they have to be able to accept it on the chin. Of course, they could get blown out of the Open. We remember Rory McIlroy here last time when he opened up with a 63 and then felt the worst of the weather the next day and shot an 80. Yes, he came back and finished third, but he didn't challenge there, and you could put that down to being on the wrong side of the draw.
Very briefly, Jordan Spieth using a simulator, hasn't been here, he's only played here once before, never competitively. A simulator, a computer simulator, that's not going to be the same.
Well, it's not. He said it might help with one or two sort of lines of sight and that sort of thing, but essentially he was having a bit of fun with his mates with this simulator in his house.
OK, Ian, stay with us, because what we want to do now is answer this question. Severiano Ballesteros called this wonderful, glorious place the cradle of golf. But just why is St Andrews so special? Where else in golf do you get holes like this? This is the iconic 17th, the road hole. You can see why. This runs all alongside the green, the 17th green there. And if you land on that road, you don't get relief. You have to play the ball as it lies. And come with me, because there's another aspect to this hole that's really important. This beautiful stone wall, it's not so beautiful if your ball lands next to it. That's what Tom Watson did in 1984, effectively blowing his chances of winning. That year, a young Severiano Ballesteros lifted the claret jug. This hole is unique. It's not just the course, though, and the iconic holes. St Andrews, a small seaside town, lives and breathes golf. It is everywhere you look. And there's even evidence to suggest that this small Scottish seaside town is where golf was born.
There seems to be a very clear suggestion that very early on St Andrews was the home of golf. For example, in 1552, Archbishop Hamilton of St Andrews signed a deed which declared the right of the citizens of St Andrews to engage in a number of sports such as golf and football and shooting.
Do you feel it when you come in, that this is the spiritual home of golf when the Open's here?
And not just when the Open's here, you absolutely do. When you're driving into St Andrews and you catch your first glimpse of the clubhouse and you try to see it through the eyes of a first-time visitor, the sense of wonder, just seeing such a familiar building that's iconic, that's recognised by golfers worldwide, you never really lose sense of its importance and its iconic status.
St Andrews, if you like, is like the Glastonbury of golf, a festival of the sport, and people here enjoying a drink. And of course, it's not just the fans, it's the professionals that love it too.
Starts you off with a handshake, just a very simple drive. And but then you realize that on that little small turf, patch of square turf on that ground, have walked the greatest players in the game. I mean, not from just recent history or a century ago, but prior to that. And that gives you a sense of, it gives you a comprehensive sense of the game.
The town is full of people from all over the world, and it's very unique as you play, you know, you tee off on number one and the 18th green is right next to it, and it's literally playing in the middle of the town, in the middle of the city. As you finish, you see, you know, the buildings and the clubhouse and the churches behind, and you're right there in the city center, and that doesn't happen very often with a major championship.
Yes, of course, St Andrews has its history and its wonderful iconic holes, but I think what makes this place truly special is you can walk down an ordinary street like this and then see that. The 18th green. Now that is where the likes of Jack Nicklaus, Sir Nick Faldo and of course Tiger Woods have won the most coveted prize in golf. And you can almost touch it and you don't need a ticket. We don't know who is going to win on Sunday. It might be Jordan, it might be Tiger, but it won't be Rory on the 18th green on Sunday. And the 18th green is way down there, about a mile or more, back down there, and it's bathed in sunshine. Interestingly enough, as Iain was saying, the weather changes here so quickly. A couple of hours ago, I was out with Stephen, the cameraman, doing some shooting for tomorrow, and we got absolutely drenched. And now the wind is starting to pick up. If you want to win at St Andrews, so many people have been telling me you have to be good with the short game, you have to be good in the bunkers. I met Roger Cleveland. He gave me a bunker masterclass, and I tell you what, it worked. Right. Roger, I've put you in one of these hazards.
Okay, all right.
And you've got a couple of balls in there, actually. Yep. One of them's me, one of them's you.
Okay, we're going to have a contest?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's the pin, just about see the top of it. What do the pros coming here, what do the likes of Phil Mickelson and Henrik Stenson have to do to get out of one of these?
Well, they have to open the face to create the loft, and they swing pretty hard at it. But this is the only shot in golf where you do not hit the ball.
Okay then. Right, we're both in the bunker then.
Yeah.
Let's have a go at this. Let's see how close we can get it to the pin.
Little mano-y-mano.
How much for?
$1.
$1?
I have pounds though. How about £1?
Scottish pounds? £1. One Scottish pound.
One Scottish pound.
Okay.
So I'm going to take it here and like so.
Yep, so. Okay, never walk up the face of a bunker. Apologies for that, but right, I've got some bad news for you, Roger. You've pitched just short of the pin. You've rolled off. That is typical links golf.
That is links golf.
You're further away now than when you started.
Just splash it out.
Win my pound.
Yes, sir. Oh no, I lost.
Oh, Roger.
Here we go.
Oh, I love it. Oh dear.
Okay, this is what happens to me.
Right, this is mine. And that's Roger's down there.
This is very hard to do.
That's £5.
Congratulations. Well,
thank you.
It was worth it.
I'm still laughing. Here's the £5, Roger. Can't believe that I won £5 off Roger. Now the question is, Iain Carter, our golf correspondent with us still. Iain, I've got this £5. Who do I put it on? Who's going to win?
I think you need to look at the longer hitters, because traditionally they are the people who prosper here. Tiger Woods was as long as anyone when he won his 2 here. John Daly, of course, and Louis Oosthuizen was ranked fourth in the driving. So
everybody's just been telling me it's short game that counts.
Well, that is a big element to it. I think lag putting, the greens are enormous, so the person who can get the ball close enough to 2-putt when the rest of us would 3-putt, they are the ones who are going to prosper. But big hitters, so I'm saying the likes of Henrik Stenson, who's overdue a major, Dustin Johnson as well, and Ricky Fowler in fantastic form.
Okay, and I am saying that Jordan Spieth cannot win this, not because he's not a brilliant golfer, because he hasn't been here and he doesn't know all the ups and downs and little folds and creases in the beautiful St Andrews grounds. Who will win the 144th Open? I've got no idea. That was Sport Today.